Welcome back again. Here for part two of my reaction to the Navy SEALs BUDS selection course or process that they go through. So let's jump on in.
And being dropped from training.
You're an officer. Make sure you're leading from the front. You're setting the example, all right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out here who are E1s and E2s. They're going to follow your lead.
Yeah.
So
E1s and E2s. What is that? Those that may know. E1, E2. Echo 1, Echo 2s. He's an officer. He's the OIC guy, the guy officer in charge. They're expecting him to lead by example. We finished off with him on the end of the first one that I did, first reaction. E1, E2. I don't know what that is. More homework for me to do.
I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. Get out of here. Hurry up!
After the run, Class 234 prepares for sea.
Hey, knuckleheads, why don't you guys move down?
The instructors hope that surf passage will cause more students to question their commitment to training.
So it's interesting that 4-mile run, because it said in part one that nobody passed. I went back and had a little look at it before making this video, and nobody passed. So I'm assuming they must be retested for that later on, because I'm guessing you have to pass that 4-mile run, 32 minutes to complete the 4-mile run, because it sounds like one of the minimum requirements that you have to meet. And if you don't meet it, well then I'm guessing surely you can't pass. You mustn't pass then. You mustn't be able to join the unit until you pass it. Interesting that they're all, that the candidates are there, because it did say that nobody passed it. I think the first time that we heard was 32:48 and the cutoff was 32 minutes. So they clearly haven't been all kicked off. It seems like there must be going to be another opportunity for them to do the 4-mile run again down the track. So interesting again. And the NZ and in the Australian one, or mind you, in the Australian one, there is an opportunity to retest on the 20 clicker during the selection. But I don't know why you would want to do that when you're going to be even more drained. But guys have done it and guys have passed. And that was on my reaction to the SAS selection video. In NZ, if you fail any of the prerequisites that you should be meeting when you get there, you're gone. There was no retest, at least not when I went through. And from the video that I saw and that I reacted to fairly recently, I've still got more to do on that, because I haven't even finished the first video for that one, but I've done 4 parts already. As soon as you failed something, then see you later. You're on a window seat back to your unit.
Training and drop out.
You'd be surprised if you get 1 or 2 quitters the first day during the first evolutions.
The first 3 weeks of Phase 1 are intentionally designed to filter out students lacking the emotional commitment needed to become SEALs.
The bell.
Ring it 3 times, just place your helmet at the base. So if you have your questions, then this would be the appropriate time. But are you down with it? Are you full? Okay, go ahead, ring out.
Dropping on request affects students differently. Some are relieved, some are embarrassed, most feel regret. For Class 234, the row of helmets will be a daily reminder there is no success like failure, and failure is no success at all.
Ding, ding, ding. Again, very simple instructions. Ring the bell 3 times, place your helmet down. If you had any questions, that was the time to ask them. Didn't seem like you had any, so the ding-dong bell of shame. I don't know what they call it, but ringing the bell would not be a great feeling at all. If anything, I think if you're on it and you hear that bell ring and it's not you ringing it, I'd like to think that probably those that are still there probably gives them a burst of energy. For others that may not be as committed, may not necessarily really be what they want, maybe it starts to play in their mind and go, oh, well, he's rung the bell, maybe I'll go ring the bell too. So yeah, seems like we're going to see a row of helmets stack up especially considering the first video, I think they said only 14 passed. Or maybe it was more than that. There's 114 anyway, and 14 passed or something like that. So
the medical guys, yeah, I feel sorry for. That's hard luck. The DORs, no, best of luck to them. I know them all. They're really good guys, and I think they'll do well somewhere else. This program's not for everybody. If that was the case, there would be more than 0.5% in the Navy that are Navy SEALs. It's a state of mind. It's totally a state of mind. I mean, see, it's all your mentality. Some guys say, man, this really sucks. I don't know if I can do it. Or someone like myself or Fox. So the guys in our boat crew that make pretty consistent, like, man, this really sucks. When are we going to do something different?
Right now it's a little small. We saw some bigger waves earlier this morning. You never know, though. It can pick up at any minute.
Surf passage consists of boat crews racing each other through the surf in their 10-foot rubber rafts.
this it's probably not going to be the most fun activity, especially going head on in their little boats. Likely going to get dumped and flipped and tossed and turned every which way. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Most of the class have never seen waves this big.
Hey, come on now. This is the fun part of the day.
Oh, I'm fired up.
It's going to be fun.
All right, stroke. I tell you what, go faster, dig deep, and just say stroke every time, and we'll get out there.
In Boat Crew 11, Fox, an enlisted man, is instructing the boat crew. Instructors are not pleased. Shoemaker, the boat crew leader, is not showing leadership.
Break for save!
After his poor showing earlier in PT and the 4-mile run, Shoemaker is bringing unwanted attention on himself and his boat crew.
You're going to see life jackets scattered.
Paddling rafts in high surf is more difficult and dangerous than it might appear. Men can be smashed together in the boiling water, get hit by flying paddles, or become tangled up underneath the raft. In surf this big, the emphasis is on swim buddies sticking together and boat crews working together. But the pressure to win the race is never ending, and the instructors are watching and waiting for any sign.
The instructors are watching and enjoying themselves too, but man, right from the jump, they're getting tossed around and thrown. But now there seem to be at least some of them are in a better flow now. And seeing some of them, man, one of those waves that was coming up at the back, and the team that went up and over it, at least they're getting into a good rhythm now.
Of weak effort.
One man left. There's another one.
You got to put out. You can't be afraid, even when it's big. When it's time to go, you got to go. And when it's time to sit back, you got to sit back.
Go around them! It's a crew, damn it! Get the boat extended arm, now! Let's do it again, fellas. Same race!
Boat Crew 8 has won an earlier race and been allowed to rest before returning to the surf. Meanwhile, Holly and Boat Crew 3 receive a motivational timeout for their poor performance. Holly is learning. It pays to be a winner.
The first morning is, you just pretty much expect the worst. And it was
For those that might be looking and or potentially criticizing the push-ups that you can see there, like a little bend in the arm. Gets hard, man. You're tired, you're trying to paddle, you're then swimming because you get spat out the boat capsizes. Now you're trying to, well, you've got to pay the piper because you're either losing the race or the competitions that the instructors have set, or you're not performing to the required standard, or you're doing some sort of misdemeanor that has got the attention of the staff, and now you've got punishments to do for it. So the arms get tired. In the selections, they're not looking, they want you to do the movements properly. But when you can't, as long as you are then trying to do what you can without Lincoln taking the piss, that the instructors will pick up on that. They'll probably still get on his case anyway, because those are like not even a quarter depth push-up. So we'll see what happens. But man, hard case. I don't envy them at all with what they're doing in that activity.
It's pretty bad. That camera is pretty good. I wasn't as prepared as I should have been coming in.
Everybody but Demeter recovered. Boat crew is waiting to participate in a race. And you're holding them up right now.
Instructors never forget a name, and neither will the class if the failure of an individual brings unwanted attention to the group. One of the ironies of BUDS is that a student can excel in one event but fail in another. Demeter, the fastest runner in the morning run, is now singled out for his physical weakness.
Hurry up, Demeter! Your boat crew's waiting on you! Nice. You guys need to get a heck of a lot more aggressive than you already are. Low carry. Want him? Coxswain report. Go report. Your names. You want to be here? I don't think so. Your weakness can jeopardize your entire boat crew, get them killed in a hot situation. You better start putting
Mad
out.
Max. Instructor Mad Max. There's a name.
They're kind of starting to pull it together. It's much better than they were this morning. They were soup sandwiches this morning.
Soup sandwiches. Soup sandwiches. They got lots of cool terms. I don't profess to know exactly what they mean by that, but I think it's probably similar to a term that we would use in New Zealand or Australia, meaning a sack of SHIT, but they've got a nicer way of saying it, a soup sandwich. I'll take that.
Boat crew one, you better pay attention to detail when you're giving a command.
Surf passage is not simply an exercise for the students to get pounded on by the waves. It reinforces a bigger lesson, the main lesson of first phase. Individuals cannot survive in wartime. Class 234 must develop a trust in teamwork. No matter how high the surf is, no matter how cold and wet they become, trust in one another is the essential SEAL trait for survival, at BUDS or in war.
You guys ready to put out now?
Nice. I like those comments and the lessons and the teachings here. You need your team. You need to be able to trust them. They need to be able to trust you. You need to be there for each other. Nice. Surf phase. Happy days.
Go. It's just determination. They got to have their minds and hearts in it. If they don't have that, then they don't have anything. This big bomb is out there, even bigger. Yeah. All right, here we go. You got it. Put it in there. You got it. Yes. There it is. Oh, yeah. Paddling. Oh, you got it. Quit paddling.
Man, brutal. Just looking at the instructors, just having a good old laugh, cracking up on the side. No doubt it's bringing back memories for them and the process that they went through, and no doubt they would have got dumped and slammed many times, just like these candidates are right now. So, you know, they can laugh. They can look at it and laugh and have all those memories come back and, yeah, just appreciate the work and effort that these candidates are showing to this point. Obviously, I don't say that because they're going to look to be friendly and buddy-buddy with them, because I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think that's what happens, and I don't think that should happen. You know, that the candidates aren't there until they're there. They haven't earned it until, you know, they've finally received whatever process the Americans have, whether it's a beret or whether it's a badge or whatever. But yeah, hard case to see them cracking up on the beach.
When these waves come down on them, then it pretty much it'll flip the boat over and it'll turn them into little ants and sugar. But then the calmer it gets, it's just no fun. And then we do foot races and whatnot, just to get that good lung burn. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Pretty big. Was it? Yeah. You get knocked over? Did you make it out there?
We got knocked over a few times.
What are you doing? Toss your gear and then get over here.
Where does it hurt, bro?
Where doesn't it hurt?
Think you earned this?
Who asked that? Who asked that question? Was that the cameraman, cheeky bugger? Where does it hurt, bro?
Pretty big. Was it?
Yeah.
You get knocked over? Did you make it out there?
We got knocked over a few times.
What are you doing? Toss your gear in there. Get over here.
Where's it hurt, bro?
Where's it hurt, bro? I don't know if that's a cameraman or an instructor. But yeah, I can hear the laugh, the chuckle.
Where doesn't it hurt?
Think you earned this battle? Suffer in silence.
Where's it get tired first? You swallow your back?
Out there, if I expect you to hold a gun, and it's me and you, and we're going through the door, how am I going to trust you to cover my 6 if you can't do the simplest of things? You understand me?
Oh, yeah.
Better start putting out.
If your back's not straight, your butt's in the air, Nolan. Get up your chest, Nolan. If your back's not straight, your butt is in the air. Nolan, butt in the air. There you go. How tough was that? That's the rest position. It's only going to get worse, Nolan. It's only going to get worse. Hey, there's other programs out there, Nolan. Rangers, SBU, something else, Nolan.
Every single day you're planting that seed. You're bringing them a situation where they have to struggle to overcome some kind of obstacle, but most of it's mental. They overcome it and they go on. If they don't,
Why are you wearing those bars?
To lead.
You realize that if you make it to a team, that you might be in charge of me.
Oh, yeah.
You think you can take command and charge over me?
Not ready yet.
It's obvious.
No one is immune to pain, but getting seriously injured is the one thing every student fears the most. If the injury is severe enough, the student will be dropped or rolled back, and he must start all over again.
We made it all the way out. But then on the way back in, this wave went right behind us and it made the boat and went up like that. And my leg went in between the main tube and the cross tube. And when the boat went, it just kind of rolled my ankle with it. It was all real quick. You always have to have your paddles in the water if the wave's about to break on you, or if you're in the wash. If your paddle's not in the water, you're just really screwed.
That hurt?
Yes. Yeah.
Right here. Try to stand up, walk.
Well, at least it's not dangling, so it doesn't appear to be broken, which is good. Hopefully it's just a sprain and he can tape it up or something and stay in it. Otherwise, I think they said they use the term they get rolled back. And then you start again. You go through it again. As you should.
Walk on. I can walk on it, okay. Go ahead and put your boot, your sock, and everything back on.
Yeah. You have to get like the movement back in it. You have to take some Motrin, and then I'll be able to do it. Hopefully it won't affect me that much.
Actually, that reminds me, one of the guys on the Australian selection that I was on, we were doing an activity, we were holding these bars, like these short, chunky metal bars. I don't know how much they weigh. Maybe they weighed, 12, 15, maybe close to 20 kilos each, just the short, stumpy, solid bar. And I didn't see it. I don't know exactly what happened, but he was doing well on the selection. But one of the guys dropped the bar behind them, and we were standing in a line, and it landed on this other guy's foot, broke his foot, I think. And he had to be removed. Anyway, thankfully he got healed up, come back, went on another selection. I don't know whether it was a year later or 6 months later. Got on another selection and passed. Ended up getting badged and joining the unit. So it was, I recognised his face. You sort of recognise people's faces that are doing reasonably well. He was one of those faces. And thankfully he got healed up, went back and did it again and passed, but that would have sucked because he more than likely would have passed that first time through. We would have probably gone through together, but because that happened and he just couldn't move, and we had lots of kilometres that we needed to cover, including we hadn't even gotten into the lucky dip phase by that stage. There was just no way he was going to be able to, or that he could walk with his foot the way it was. But at least he got through. So hopefully this guy can carry on the way he's talking and just hopefully he doesn't get rolled back.
back to class.
After hundreds of push-ups, a 4-mile timed run, and paddling in 12-foot waves in 56-degree water, 2 students are gone and 1 is slightly injured. There are 5 months, 3 weeks, 4 days, and 5.5 hours left until Class 234 graduates.
Little reality check.
5 months, 3 weeks, 4 days, and however many hours left. Jeez. They broke that right down. Long way to go. And when you're looking at this, you may think it's never going to end and that 6 months is impossible, but clearly it's not impossible. It can be done, and this is part of the process, part of earning the right to go and serve with the Navy SEALs. So pretty cool to see. It's our time. 20 minutes. Oh, yeah.
Waiting for inspection can give a student too much time to think. BUDS is not a sport. Room inspection is intended to teach Class 234 a major lesson. Pay now or pay later.
Gumbayan? How do you say that?
Gumbayan.
Gumbaya? Gumbayan? Where are you from, Gumbayan?
Here in San
The
Diego.
class comes from all walks of life. Sailors from the fleet, high school graduates, and college students.
Those boots are, no.
Most were in the Navy before they arrived here. But despite the differences in age, life experience, and personalities, they all have 2 things in common. First, every man is a volunteer. Second, they all know 70% of them will never graduate.
Oh, Cheney, your name was popping up all over the place today. What's up with that? So are you trying out for most improved player there, Cheney?
No, I'm not instructor.
Start off really, really bad and then just slowly improve and get the most improved award?
No, I'm not instructor. Pass it
You
on.
better shape up sort of quick. Your boots sort of stink there, Crispino, and your boots stink. You 2 can drop down.
There's a direct correlation between Jack London and your name. If you can name it, I won't drop you down.
Give me a good pair of boots. Where's a good pair of boots?
Yeah.
Gumbayina, come over here.
Yeah.
These guys intentionally mispronouncing the names. All of that stuff gets in your head, man. You know, people can feel really hurt and disrespected because their names are, they're important. They've been given to them by their parents, usually, unless they've gone and changed their name, but usually because they're named after somebody important to their parent, or there's something significant or that they like about that name, especially your family name. And so when your family name has been mutilated with all sorts of different ways, that can test your patience. It can test your will and your control, your self-control, to not want to say something back. So we'll see how he goes. But it's all part of the process, is what I mean while I was sharing it. It's all part of the process. They're going to stuff up your name, sometimes by accident, sometimes intentionally, like what's happening here.
8, down, 9, down, 20.
All right, step over here, right here. Ooh, see, now those boots are decent. For first inspection, those are decent. And yours, I don't even think you shine your boots at all. Drop on down, Perron.
Oh, you guys drop.
Drop.
Attention to detail can never be taken for granted. The difference between living and dying often depends on how a SEAL platoon prepares before a battle is ever fought.
Make 2 groups, 1 starter.
A SEAL must anticipate problems and solve them before those problems kill him or his teammates. Merely showing up and paying attention is not enough.
All right, let's start over here.
We were here on Sunday from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. We were here for about 12 and a half hours on Sunday. I'd say about 4 or 5 hours was spent cleaning this room. And then another couple hours was spent cleaning their office over at the compound.
I'll help you get the sand out of your doors. I got one. Woo! Gaines, I could tell that you tried.
This is my first time. It's taken me a while to get over here.
This is my first time.
So is it what you expected?
Yeah, it is now. Indoc wasn't, but it is now. This is it.
I know what I'm here for. I expected a lot of work, so
This is more like the fifth or sixth time. I got rolled before. When I was here, I got a concussion during surf passage, got rolled. I got pneumonia in Hell Week with one class, made it through, tore my hamstring with another class and got rolled. It's the challenge for myself. I mean, you give something 110%. I mean, everybody here has been good at pretty much everything they've ever tried to do. So they come here and they get challenged. And when you don't meet the standard, some guys come back to show they can meet the standard and some guys don't. They accept it. I mean, my whole career is based on this right here. I mean, 3 years, pretty much the time I have invested in here right now.
Drop down! Jesus!
It's never going to be good enough. Your room inspections, yeah, they're just never going to be good enough for the instructors. Any little piece, won't matter how neat or perfect it is, they will find a reason and an excuse. I can't speak for the Americans, but I can speak for, you know, those selection processes, and when inspections happen, you're always on the back foot, and it's part of the process. See how you respond, how you react psychologically, emotionally, mentally. You putting in all this work, like you heard those candidates speaking about, put in 9 hours here, 9 till 9, whatever it was, 12-hour shift, just working, getting that sorted, making sure everything was up to standard. And even after all of that, it's still not up to standard. It's not going to be. So that's not to say you shouldn't put the time and effort in, because they'll be able to pick up if you have tried and if you haven't. But you're going to end up having things like that, things tipped out, tossed out, thrown out, and tasked with given more penalties, punishments, and then given more work to do. Good times.
Push them out until my arms get
We've
tired.
even got our names on our shirts, and you still can't get them right.
Morgan, push them out until my arms get tired.
It's the hardest training you can get into. It's a test.
Push them out till my arms get tired, from the instructor. That's a good one. I haven't heard that before. Push them out till my arms get tired.
One's limits. See how far he can go, how far he can push himself. It's your ultimate resolve.
If you're not quite sure, I don't even look like Instructor Rector. I'm much better looking. All right. If you're not quite sure, there's a name tag right there, my man. You know, that's like the push on the door. When it says push and you walk up to it and pull it.
There was a bell by my bed in the morning. I wouldn't be here now. Every morning it gets me. I wake up. I just want to go back to sleep. You got to get up at 3 o'clock just to get in here by 4, so you can be over there 15 minutes before any of the instructor staff gets over there. And then you get out of here late at night, get home, see the family for like an hour and a half, and then it's off to bed.
Let's go over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving. Maybe the fairy will show up and clean my room.
Is this a hit? If you have more perfume than a woman, if you have more cologne than a woman,
I think that is a hit.
Hey, somebody break out the list. I think that's a hit. If we have a room that's outstanding and the deck is good and it's a good room, it's a good room. They're going to pass. This isn't a rigged evolution.
What are you up to?
3 hits. What are they? Dirt, dusty mirrors, dirt on. Get it done. Dirt on the windows in the bathroom. Dirty deck.
Woo!
I might let that go.
Dirty tub.
What's this goo on your knife, Chera?
How's it sharpening up?
Lock your room up. Lock your valuables up. Do not change out. Check into Senior Chief on the grinder.
Well, push him out.
The first 3 weeks of first phase are known as the gut check, culminating in the third week called Hell Week, the ultimate test for a student's endurance. But Hell Week is not the concern at the moment. Passing room inspection is.
It's up to you guys.
Survival at Bud's is taken 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 evolution at a time.
Oh, Evans.
Most people think, all they think of Buds is Hell Week.
We have to go through a Hell Week? I don't know about that.
I'm going to look to pause this one here. It's nearly 30 minutes on there. Nearly 30 minutes on the video here. Total time from when I started the second reaction to this part 1 video. Yeah, tough, man. Much respect to these guys going through. Obviously, it's a while ago, this video, by the looks of it. But cool to see. Awesome for me to see the American Special Forces selection, or one of, for the US Navy SEALs. And there's plenty of other ones. So yeah, real respect to anybody that just puts their hand up and turns up for day one and stays in the fight. Thank you to all of those that have been sending through the reaction video requests and the links. Man, there's some good stuff in there. And also thank you to my mate who sent through a short video clip. It doesn't have the whole thing, but it was from my 1998 NZSAS selection. There's a piece of it because our selection was filmed by 60 Minutes at that time. And it aired on television. I used to have a copy of it many, many years ago. Over the years, it's been lost. So I have no idea where that thing is. But yeah, it was a hard case to see. Now there's bits and pieces of it throughout the video or the full episode, but there's a piece on here where you could see me coming in. I was near at the end of the Hares and Hounds run. And yeah, it just brought back a lot of memories. So thanks for that. Thanks for that little clip. I won't call out your name, but thank you very much for sending that through. And yeah, like I said, for the other reaction videos, which will come down the track. So still got about another 15, 16 minutes of this first video to do. So I'll come back with a part 3. It says here part 1 on the video, so I'll try to find the part 2 unless somebody sends it through to me before then. So anyway, keep turning up wherever you are. Keep smashing whatever challenges, issues, obstacles you may be going through. Stay in the fight. And till the next video,